Dear Chief Acosta, my brother who is a doctor is being threatened with prosecution for allegedly issuing a false medical certificate. From the story of my informant, the same took place for quite a long time already. That is, 6.5 years ago. Assuming that my brother did in fact issue a false medical certificate, can he still be prosecuted for such? Isn't it that the previously mentioned crime is considered a light offense which has a brief prescriptive period? Armand.
Dear Armand, the answer to your query is found in Act Number 3815, otherwise known as the Revised Penal Code as amended. To begin with, Article 174 of the said law defines and penalizes the crime of false medical certificate.
Article 174. False medical certificates, false certificates of merits or service, etc. The penalties of arresto mayor in its maximum period to prisión correccional in its minimum period and a fine not to exceed 200,000 pesos shall be imposed upon 1. Any physician or surgeon who, in connection with the practice of his profession, shall issue a false certificate, and 2. Any public officer who shall issue a false certificate of merit of service, good conduct, or similar circumstances. The penalty of arresto mayor shall be imposed upon any private person who shall falsify a certificate falling within the classes mentioned in the two preceding subdivisions.
Aside from defining the crime, the law provided for the compound penalty of arresto mayor to prisión correccional or imprisonment from 1 month and 1 day to 6 months up to 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. In relation to this, Article 90 of the Revised Penal Code provides for the prescription of crimes.
Article 90. Prescription of crime. Crimes punishable by death, reclusión perpetua, or reclusión temporal shall prescribe in 20 years. Crimes punishable by other afflictive penalties shall prescribe in 15 years. Those punishable by a correctional penalty shall prescribe in 10 years, with the exception of those punishable by arresto mayor, which shall prescribe in 5 years. The crime of libel or other similar offenses shall prescribe in 1 year. The crime of oral defamation and slander by deed shall prescribe in 6 months. Light offenses prescribed in 2 months. When the penalty fixed by law is a compound one, the highest penalty shall be made the basis of the application of the rules contained in the first, second, and third paragraphs of this article, as amended by RA 4661, approved June 19 of 1966.
Applying the cited provision, the higher penalty between arresto mayor and prisión correccional shall be made the basis in determining whether the alleged crime already prescribed. As the purported crime happened 6.5 years ago, and considering that the highest penalty imposed to the crime of false medical certificate is prisión correccional, which has a prescriptive period of 10 years, clearly the crime charged against your brother has not prescribed. As such, a complaint may still be filed against him. We hope that we're able to answer your queries. Please be reminded that this advice is based solely on the facts you have narrated and our appreciation of the same. Our opinion may vary where other facts are changed or elaborated. Tomorrow, we'll look into another question from our viewers and readers of Dear PAO. This is your host, Dr. Presida V. Rueda Acosta, DSD, the Chief Public Attorney of the Republic of the Philippines. Goodbye for now.